Hey, what's up guys? It's Ryan here with DP Marketing.Services, author on the book on digital marketing for plumbing and HVAC contractors, also the host of Blue Collar CEO. Hope you're doing good. Good to see you. I wanted to come into a video with something that I feel like is a mistake a lot of contractors make, especially as it regards to them with SEO. No, I know. Look, here's a marketing guy talking about SEO. Here's my beef. I feel like every day I meet guys, I talk to contractors, I see them talk on Facebook groups about how they're talking and thinking about SEO. And the thing about SEO that they're talking about is like they're comparing prices. Like they're comparing like, hey, you're using this company or using this company over here or using that company or whatever, how much do they charge? And it's really tempting to kind of get stuck in this rut of what you're looking at. And just like your business, right? If you're doing HVAC, you're gonna really quickly get like concerned when customers just talk about price comparisons, because you know that not all installs are the same. You know that the detail goes into the work, that, hey, what's the ductwork that's here? Like, will the system that they want, actually the ductwork be able to work with it? Whatever. You're gonna understand more about the technical nature of your system, of your trade, than your customer would. It's the same with SEO. Here's the lesson. If you get one thing from this video, here's what I want you to understand. SEO is not a commodity, okay? It is not the thing you just go and get a box off the shelf and kind of put it on your website. It's not something you do to your website once. It's not something you pay, you call a company and say, hey, how much is SEO? And they say, hey, it's $4.95 a month or $8.99 a month or $18.55 a month. The dollar sign's irrelevant. SEO is not a commodity. SEO is a process. There's a lot of data, there's a lot of work. As of the moment I'm making this video, there are 212 known SEO ranking factors that Google pays attention to. 212. There's likely dozens and dozens more, but that's what we know about. So here's what this means. If you are in a really competitive market and you have no organic history, it's gonna take a hell of a lot of time and work and effort to get you organic rankings that you're looking for. This isn't meaning that anyone that you're paying for 4 months or 6 months or whatever is ripping you off. It has nothing to do with that. It's just the process of SEO, according to Google, takes time. Google's time frame is you can expect movement between 4 and 12 months. If you're in a soft market, if you're in the panhandle of Texas, yeah, you can pretty much say that it's gonna be the shorter side of the 4 pretty reasonably. If you're in a more competitive market, if you're in a Dallas, Fort Worth, a Chicago, Northern Virginia, Los Angeles, it's gonna take much longer. And here's the other thing. This is gonna be as it relates to other companies in your market. Remember, Google's a giant filter. It's trying to look at billions of websites and filter it down to the top 10 that are most relevant to your customer. So if you're in a market that's really dense, Los Angeles, Dallas, Fort Worth, where you have hundreds of contractors within just a few miles, it's really important that you do things better than them. You can't have crappier content on your website. You can't have the same website as 2 guys down the street from you. You can't have the same links as 2 guys down the street from you. You can't suck at getting your reviews. When you're in a really competitive market, it is really, really important that you do everything correctly and better than your competition. Otherwise, it doesn't matter what you do. So here's the deal. I guess here's the takeaway. If you're thinking SEO is a commodity, you will always be disappointed. You'll always be bouncing around between this person and that person thinking they're taking advantage of you because you're not understanding the work that's required. Good SEO takes time. It takes strategy, it takes effort, and it takes awareness of what your competitors are doing. If you're just blindly pulling something off the shelf at $4.95 a month for SEO, there's no recognition of your competition, there's no recognition of the landscape, and you're probably gonna be throwing that money down the drain. So look, this is a rant from a marketing company to guys who I've seen get take advantage of. Sometimes intentionally, sometimes not intentionally. But when you're trying to grow your business using Google, I still, hands down, think that Google Organic, between maps and traditional SEO, is one of the most efficient ways to get new leads in the door. Hands down. But if you go into it wrong, if you're looking for commodity and think you're gonna be able to do the same thing that someone down the street is doing, guys, you're gonna be disappointed on the outcome. But I would love to know from you, what stories do you have? What's your experience? What is your take that SEO is not a commodity and should be applied to your specific company in your specific market with your specific goals? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. We'll see you next time.